He dropped that over, which came from that bus. Now, where is that bus at, though? That's the one thing I've yet to find. Hey guys, my name is JemSoulex, and welcome back to some more Let's Play Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. And it looks like Watson's meditating.
Grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. What should we do next, Holmes?
Well, what we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and examine the plants that we found. So let's go ahead and do that right now.
I imagine that
Deadly
one of these
plant
plants
experiment.
would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
Okay, let's see here. So we have this plant here. We're going to go ahead and, let's see, put back.
This plant becomes
Okay, so that
inactive
makes it
after being drenched with alkaloid.
Okay.
It appears to have fallen
Oh, no, sorry, I don't
inactive
want it.
after being disturbed.
Okay, so this plant does not like that. Okay, what about the caterpillars?
I find the behavior
Oh,
of predators utterly fascinating.
Okay, so it ate the caterpillar. All right. What about this plant over here?
My word, it shot a spike at me after I stabbed it with a pin. I imagined that its reaction would be ferocious if I increased the strength of my attack. My word.
Nope. All right, let's try putting some of this on it.
This plant becomes inactive
It closes
after being
up.
drenched with alkaloid.
And then this.
How interesting.
Ooh.
What a strong and effective defensive mechanism.
It like saved his ass from the caterpillar. Okay. What about this one over here?
No reaction. It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
Interesting. What about the caterpillar? Once again, that guy kills
closed
it.
again.
And it.
I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly plant should shoot at it.
Okay, guys, it seems that this plant released a very strange.
This is a strange and unusual plant.
It released some type of gas. Let's take a look at it. Oh, I can move them around. Okay, so what if I got an idea. What if I move this over there
This plant
and then
seems
proceed to
have
put
had
a caterpillar on it? No reaction from the caterpillar.
no.
Okay. I'm very curious, guys. I'm sorry, my dog was barking in the background. And so those
It
things
appears
open
to
up,
open.
and then when I put a
This plant.
okay, no reaction from that. And then
A
this
prickly plant.
goes nuts when.
My word.
I'm just playing around with this, guys, until I figure it out.
This.
And when I put a caterpillar on it, it eats it.
Toxic gas.
Oh, okay.
With spores. Extraordinary.
Is that it? That's it, guys.
The plants would be capable of
All
killing
right.
only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the Colonial Collection Room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
Okay, continue the investigation at Kew Gardens. Yep, that's what we're gonna do now. Okay. Before performing the experiment in the color collection room, talk to all suspects about the day of the murder. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that right now, guys. So I'll see you back at Baker Street. Or not. I'll see you guys back at Kew Gardens. What the hell am I talking about? Okay, guys, here we are back at Kew Gardens. Let's go ahead and ask everybody about the night of the murder. Or the day of the murder.
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a little talk with Miss White. Then I returned to my desk to complete some paperwork. Suddenly I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
Okay, so we talked to him. Let's go ahead and talk to the boy and then talk to the girl. So let's talk to you.
Your father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious? Well, I was working in the seed house, taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes. He came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit. There was nothing unusual about that.
And then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the backyard. It was perhaps 20 minutes before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I saw my father heading for the dry tropics room while Mr. Hamish returned here.
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White, what were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a couple of times. I also saw him returning from talking with Miss White, and that was at 10 minutes past 10. But then he ran back here to me to tell me that my father was feeling unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my God.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
Okay, so that's his point of view. Let's go ahead and ask Miss White about it, and then we'll find out more. Okay, Miss White, let's go ahead and talk. That's what I've been calling her. I know her name's like Margaret or something, Margaret. Whatever.
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can, but there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me. Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9, but he was 10 minutes late, as usual.
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend 2 or 3 minutes by the plants outside the laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the nursery, where Mr. Hamish was working. He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
And
The
that
time
was
of the
last
death?
time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in the laboratory until 20 minutes to 11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house. I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the laboratory?
I was recording an experiment for my thesis. I only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me briefly around 10 o'clock.
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I listen to the roll?
Certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Thank you, miss.
Everyone
Sometime
has
later,
gone now.
okay.
The way is clear.
Okay, so everyone's now gone. So let's go ahead and see. Determine the correct sequence of 8 spins on escaping the room. So he was escaping. That was the first one. Now, let's see. Now, in order for this to happen...
We need to visit
What do you think,
the
Watson?
Colonial Collection.
Okay, let's go inside. So we're inside here now. And this is where the... Oh. Okay, so... Inhaling the spore... Wait, reset. Excuse me. Inhaling the spores. And then escaping the room. And then what happened next? I don't know. Restart it. Inhaling the spores. Wait, hold on. That vent was open. Wait, hold on. Sorry, guys. That vent was open. Now go ahead and do that. Okay, now inhaling the spores. He dropped that over, which came from that bus. Now, where is that bus at, though? That's the one thing I've yet to find. So he inhaled it, and he was escaping the room. And then what happened next? He fell, right? Okay, so he inhaled. Knocked over that statue, which resulted in him walking in this direction. And then he had to bust the door down because he was... Okay. Okay, so that's what happened.
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
And that is our next task, is to go check out the ventilation system. Now, let's see here. Alright, can we go do that? Now, the ventilation system is outside. That's what was used to do that. I'll see you guys in just one moment. Okay, guys, coming over here, this is where the ventilation system is at. And I knew we were going to use this at some point. So what exactly did they
First
do?
of all, I need to visit the Colonial Collection Room to see how those caterpillars dropped onto the deadly plants.
Alright, guys, I'll be right back because I messed that one up, as per usual when playing. There's gotta be a quick way to get back there, I swear. Okay, so we know that the caterpillars
could
fell
only
from there.
fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place.
Yeah.
I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
Alright, guys, now let's go ahead and make our way back now that we did that. Okay, guys, we are back, so let's go ahead and see what we can do over here. Okay, so let's turn this on.
Before starting the engine,
I thought
the
that was
power
already
is
on.
on.
Okay, power.
the engine cannot be
And
started
then start.
whilst the transmission is active. The engine has started.
Okay.
The power...
Now what?
The ventilation system is working.
Let's see what happens. Alright. So,
A water...
what does that mean? That means the caterpillars would fall, right? Wait, hold on. Let me get out of here. Yeah, we can see where the ventilation goes. Let's follow it. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and follow the ventilation. Ventilation goes this way. It should lead back to where Watson is, right? Yeah. And we're going to the nursery home. Wait,
Before
what's
I
this?
activate the fan, I need to check if the interior of the Colonial Collection Room can be seen from here.
Which
We can see
means
the
there should be
interior
a
of the
window.
Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Okay. What about from over here? I can't open that one. Okay, Watson, did anything happen?
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
Okay, well, we'll do that too, I guess. Geez, this is just me running in circles. What's in here?
Here it
Oh,
is.
that's right, there's this.
Cylinder.
That other thing that we need. Okay. Let's go ahead and examine that, guys, while we're here. I'm going to have to end this episode off here once again. We are getting... This is just taking quite a bit of time.
Have adapted to their arid environment due to a system of underground roots.
This recording seems very long. It is unnecessary to listen to all of it. Miss White was in the laboratory, as she told us.
Okay, there's that. Okay, so what's next? We have to find a use for that statue. Find out who killed... Okay, now, is there any kind of ventilation in here? Or any kind of lever? I think we should keep our eyesight. I'll keep this on. Now, I remember in Miss White's room, there was like that little vent thing that we could open. Like the window. I think that's what we should go check out next. Jeez, guys, this is a lot of thinking, as per usual when playing this game. Okay, so where do we go from there? Well, from there, that leads over there, right? So that's one fan activated. So then where's the other fan?
From here, we are
Here's
unable
the
to
other
see
one.
the interior of the Colonial Collection Room. Perfect.
And then pull this
Now
one.
I just need to find Watson to check the result.
Alright, so what happened? We're like 25 minutes in.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo. Now, if you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out, by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
That is very true, Watson. So now, I think that's all the clues, guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at our deduction. Yep, that should be everything. There's that. Go ahead and just put everything together. And with that, oh, well, we have one more clue. Wait. And that is it, guys. We have all the clues. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode off here. But next time, let's play Sherlock Holmes, Crimes and Punishments. We are going to make a conclusion as to the end of this case. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And next time, we'll find out who the murderer is. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and share. Subscribe to become a gem. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye. Miss White and Mr. Doan had a recent disagreement when Doan was planning to release Miss White from her position at Cougar's. 6 stole everything. The Divine Syndicate stole all the plants from the examination, including the deadly species that could have been used in order to murder